and I think he's probably a career backup. And I think a career backup, if that's what you are, you can go a handful of games without being figured out, but all of a sudden you're going to get figured out. And so I think Shedeur will naturally take his chance, and we'll see where he goes. But I'm thinking, well, there's about 4 minutes left. I know that the fans were chanting for the guy. I know that they were. Maybe that's one of your reasons you don't want to, but
Bailey Zappi was taking a lot of the practice squad snaps.
Kevin Stefanski is really enjoying this moment. Kevin Stefanski is making the Browns organization basically Jerry Springer. He's making a mockery of the situation and enjoying it. Just announce the goddamn quarterback. Who's quarterback number 2?
I'm not ripping him for not putting him out there. I'm just saying it would not have been so bad to put him out there with 4 minutes left to go.
When would you have made the move to Shedeur then?
The Cleveland Browns ripped apart the Miami Dolphins, with Quinshon Judkins delivering an explosive performance, scoring 3 touchdowns and taking control of the game. But despite the dominant lead, Kevin Stefanski still didn't give Shedeur Sanders a chance. For weeks, Stefanski's been talking up Sanders' development, but when the game was essentially decided, he left Sanders on the bench, acting like he wasn't even there. Now, insiders are starting to call out Stefanski for this baffling decision, raising serious questions about his handling of Sanders and the future of the Browns at quarterback. As the game went on, with the Browns in control, one moment caught everyone's eye. Dillon, stepping in as quarterback, took the field, and Kevin Stefanski couldn't help but smile and laugh. It was almost as if he was sending a subtle message, one that made it clear he was genuinely invested in Dillon's success. But that smile, however, seemed to come at the expense of Shedeur Sanders, who had been waiting for his chance. The truth is, Stefanski's obvious approval of Dillon could stem from a deeper connection: his decision to take Dillon in the 3rd round. The coach's investment in Dillon, both as a player and as a draft pick, might explain his eagerness to see him succeed, even if it means sidelining Sanders in the process. Browns insider Ken Carman pointed out that with the Browns leading by 25 points and about 9 minutes left on the clock in the 4th quarter, Stefanski had the perfect opportunity to give Shedeur Sanders some valuable playing time. All it would have taken was 5 minutes in the huddle, a chance for Sanders to gain some experience without the pressure of the game slipping away. Yet, Stefanski chose not to make that move. And that decision raised some serious eyebrows. It begs the question: why wouldn't you test a young prospect in a game where the outcome was already secure? The risk was minimal, and the potential reward for Sanders' development was massive. So, what's really going on here? Why avoid giving him a shot?
When there was, I think they took the field once when there was about 4.5 left to go, and I think maybe I would have put Shedeur in there. If Quinn Ewers is in there, I mean, they're giving up. They're letting him finish off the game. That's it. Maybe I'll let Shedeur take some.
Even if Stefanski was set on sticking with Dillon, the question remains: was Dillon Gabriel truly flawless enough to carry the Browns to victory on his own? Not by a long shot. Dillon faced relentless pressure throughout the game, getting sacked multiple times and struggling to maintain composure. His inability to execute key plays only underscored the offense's larger struggles. With the running game doing most of the heavy lifting and the Browns comfortably ahead, fans started to wonder why Stefanski wasn't giving Shedeur Sanders a chance. This was the ideal kind of game for Sanders to showcase his skills. His calm under pressure and playmaking ability would have complemented the strong ground game perfectly. A few key moments with Sanders in the huddle could have shifted the momentum and sealed the win for the Browns in a way Dillon just couldn't. Analysts are tearing into Stefanski for his actions during the game, claiming this is a clear example of him undermining the entire Browns organization. They argue that by making Shedeur Sanders the second-string quarterback, Stefanski set him up for failure. Yet, during the game, as Dillon Gabriel took center stage, Stefanski could be seen laughing and joking with him, all while Shedeur watched from the sidelines. Critics say it's a blatant mockery, showing no respect for Sanders and making a spectacle out of his situation. It's a move that's fueling the narrative that Stefanski is dismissing his own team's future.
Bailey Zappi was taking a lot of the practice squad snaps.
Kevin Stefanski is really enjoying this moment. Kevin Stefanski is making the Browns organization basically Jerry Springer. He's making a mockery of the situation and enjoying it. Just announce the goddamn quarterback. Who's quarterback number 2?
Even with the win, the fans aren't celebrating. A sense of frustration is building, and all of it is being directed at Dillon Gabriel. While the team continues to push the idea that Gabriel is the top quarterback, the fans aren't buying it. They're asking how Gabriel can be considered the best when he only had 18 pass attempts, while running back Quinshon Judkins racked up 25 carries. Fans were chanting Shedeur Sanders' name throughout the game, expressing their dissatisfaction and belief that Sanders deserves his chance. The frustration with Gabriel is clearly growing, and the fan base isn't holding back.
Hey, Dave, this gonna be us one day.
Yeah, it is.
On the other hand, Skip Bayless suggested that Stefanski may not be as high on Shedeur Sanders as some might think, and he might be avoiding him for a reason. According to Bayless, Stefanski understands the media circus that would come with putting Sanders on the field. Once Shedeur steps in, the spotlight would shift entirely to him, with every play and decision scrutinized by analysts across the country. For Stefanski, that's a situation he'd rather not deal with, as it would take the focus off the team and place unnecessary pressure on both Sanders and the entire organization. Kevin Stefanski's decision to sideline Shedeur Sanders, despite the Browns' commanding lead, raises serious questions about his priorities and handling of the quarterback situation. While the team was cruising to victory with Quinshon Judkins leading the charge, Stefanski had the perfect opportunity to get Sanders some much-needed experience in a low-pressure environment. Instead, he chose to stick with Dillon Gabriel, even though Dillon was struggling under pressure, failing to execute key plays, and doing little to solidify the offense. The fact that Stefanski chose not to give Sanders a shot in a game where the outcome was already nearly decided speaks volumes. It's not just a missed opportunity for Sanders, but also a missed opportunity for the team to explore what could potentially be a future asset. Sanders' poise under pressure and his playmaking ability could have provided a boost to the offense and potentially sealed the win even more emphatically. So, why not give him those 5 minutes? On the flip side, Skip Bayless's argument suggests that Stefanski might be avoiding the Shedeur Sanders circus, knowing that once Sanders steps on the field, all eyes will be on him. The media frenzy, the constant scrutiny, and the pressure that comes with it could be a distraction Stefanski simply doesn't want for his team. But that reasoning, while understandable, also feels like an excuse to avoid giving a potential future star a chance to prove himself. Ultimately, the situation is a delicate balance between team dynamics, player development, and managing the media. But one thing is clear: Stefanski's decision not to give Sanders a shot in this game was a decision that warrants further scrutiny, especially with the future of the Browns' quarterback position on the line. So, what do you think? Was Stefanski right to stick with Dillon Gabriel? Or was this a missed opportunity to develop Shedeur Sanders in a low-stress situation? Do you believe Stefanski is avoiding the media circus surrounding Sanders? Or is there something deeper at play here? Should Sanders have been given a chance to show what he can do, especially with the game already in hand? And ultimately, what does this decision mean for the future of the Browns' quarterback situation? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below.